Imagine this. You're barreling down the interstate in your rig. Everything's humming just right when suddenly, silence. Engine dead. Power gone. What happened? Could it have been avoided? What if I told you that one of the most advanced engines in the industry, the PACCAR, holds answers most truckers don't even know they're missing? Stick around, because what you're about to learn might just save your next haul. Act 1. Setting the stage. PACCAR engines are the beating heart behind many of America's most dependable trucks, from Kenworth to Peterbilt. Known for their engineering precision, fuel efficiency, and long-haul durability, they've earned a reputation that few others can match. But here's the twist. Even a PACCAR isn't invincible. Now, don't get me wrong. This isn't a hit piece. In fact, PACCAR's innovation is why you'll find their engines dominating highways coast to coast. But when things go wrong, and they do, it's not always mechanical failure. Sometimes it's what we don't know that does the damage. Quick question. Have you ever ignored a blinking engine light because you were almost there? Yeah, we all have. Pattern interrupt. Let's be honest. Warning lights are like that one coworker who always says, "We need to talk." You know it's serious, but you're hoping it'll just go away. Act 2. Digging deeper. So what makes PACCAR engines special? For one, their integrated powertrain system. The engine, transmission, and aftertreatment are built to work seamlessly together, meaning fewer compatibility issues and better fuel economy. That's a big win. But here's where it gets tricky. These systems talk to each other constantly. If one sensor sends a wrong signal, or if your DEF system gets clogged, the entire chain reacts. This is when you start seeing power derates, overheating, or worse, full engine shutdown. Let me give you a real-world example. A PACCAR MX-13 engine running perfectly on Monday can go into limp mode on Thursday, all because of a simple sensor fault in the emission system. Sounds frustrating? It is, and it happens more than you think. Cliffhanger. But here's the kicker. There's one small maintenance trick that PACCAR technicians swear by, and almost nobody talks about it online. I'll get to that in just a moment. First, let's talk about fuel, the lifeblood of your engine. PACCARs are precision-tuned for ultra-low sulfur diesel. Bad fuel? Dirty tanks? Water contamination? They don't just hurt your mileage, they destroy injectors. And those aren't cheap. One overlooked fuel filter swap could cost you thousands later. Think that's exaggerated? Mechanics don't. Pattern interrupt. By the way, if you're still using whatever's cheapest fuel stops, it might be time for a heart-to-heart with your wallet. Act 3. The turn-in takeaway. Now, back to that insider tip. One of the easiest and most overlooked steps in PACCAR engine maintenance? Performing regular forced reg-ins. Manually, not just waiting for the truck to ask for one. Why? Because passive reg-ins often aren't enough, especially if you're doing short hauls or idling too long. Forced reg-ins clear the DPF more thoroughly and prevent buildup that silently erodes performance over time. And yes, this tiny step can be the difference between smooth sailing and an unexpected roadside call-out. So what does all this mean for you? It means that knowing your PACCAR engine, truly understanding how its systems communicate, how maintenance affects longevity, and when to act instead of wait, puts you in control. That's what separates a driver from a professional. Closing cliffhanger. And if you're wondering whether PACCAR's next-generation engine, the rumored hybrid diesel design, will change everything again, well, we'll break that down in our next video. You don't want to miss it. Hit subscribe, stay ahead of the curve, and keep your rig and your wallet running smooth.